Hi and welcome to the Worship Cafe. My name is Olan and welcome to my channel where I share my DIY thoughts and tips with budding worship musicians, budding worship leaders, creative people, singer-songwriters, and everyone who's just enthusiastic about life. So today I just want to talk about a simple word, encouragement. Encouragement. So I started this blog to really just share my journey, through life and through the creative process and hopefully encourage someone. And here we are as creatives, we, get bogged down with the day-to-day, the nitty-gritty of doing what we do. We love doing what we do. We love singing, we love writing, we love audio, we love video, whatever it is that's creative, it gets us going. We do this anyway without getting paid. But sometimes our aspirations and our realities don't match. You've started, everyone knows you do this now. It's been a couple of months, a couple of years, and you were expecting to be here, but you're still somewhere here. So it feels like, this is hard, this is the grind, and I don't feel like I'm winning. It feels like I'm swimming against the tide. Now, if that describes you, I just like to say, please hold on tight, hold on in there, I just cast my mind all the time back to David in the Bible. David, he was in a situation where he just returned from war and found that his home city had been burnt, his wife and children had been taken captive, and the wives and children of his men had been taken captive as well. And it was so bad that his own men talked of stoning him. These are the men who fought for him and fought with him. But, they were all so disheartened and the men wept. They cried almost till they had no breath in them. And it was such a dark place to be. Now, being in the grind, can sort of fit into that because you're throwing everything you have at it, but you're not kind of seeing the results. But David did something that turned everything on its head. David inquired of the Lord. David went into a place of prayer and fellowship and devotion, and he asked questions, and God said, pursue, overtake, and recover all. In other words, don't give up. This is not the time to give up now. You have to keep going at it. You have to go, and victory is assured. And he did go, he pursued, and he was able to recover everything he lost, and that season was turned around. All of life happens in seasons. Sometimes we have our up seasons, sometimes we have our nothing seasons where nothing's happening. Sometimes we have our low seasons, where things are just really, really hard, and so we should make the most of all of these seasons because life is a sum of all these seasons together. So be encouraged, my friends. Sometimes when we're passing through this sort of situation where we're looking to be encouraged, we look to people, we look to leaders, we look to our colleagues and peers, we look to our friends, our team members to be the ones to encourage us. But sometimes we don't get the encouragement. It doesn't come from them. And so we even feel lower than what we were experiencing. I mean, David was in that situation where even his own men talked of stoning him. I don't think as a leader it could get even any worse, but there it was in that situation where it looked hopeless. David turned to the Lord and the Lord turned things around. In those moments when we're low, let's not cast away our confidence that's in God. Let's turn to prayer. Let's turn to meditation on His word and on His promises. And in time, we'll begin to see the changes that we desire. Don't forget, it's not about us. Really, it's about Him. He gave us the gifts, He gave us the talents, He gave us the abilities, and He's also put together the timeline for our lives, So yes, it's not happening in the time you want, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, and it's going to happen at the right time, So be confident, grow in the dark, and see what God will do. It's been me, Olan, and this has been the Worship Cafe. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please leave us a comment below. Let us hear how this has helped you, if it has in any way, or leave us feedback on how we can improve. We're always looking to switch things around. God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you next week.